Hi Gemini, welcome to your April 2019 General Tarot reading. It's Raina here, just shuffling the cards. I'm wondering if I can do another hat trick when I pick the Fool card on April Fool's Day for Pisces. But I have a feeling that some Pisces didn't think that I really did that in a kosher way, that I just kind of like had that waiting for them. And that it was too perfect, because I had said right before the reading, that would be so cool if I picked the Fool card. And then that was the last card, so. Well, so far you've got a lot of, you have a lot of major arcana cards. I'm going to pick an additional card. Let me shuffle these a bit more, then do the card at the bottom. I've gotten this one. Another major arcana card. Okay. So, the heart of the matter is the Hermit card. This card connects to the sign of Virgo, if that means anything to you. But this could simply be that you're atypical right now as a Gemini, who's usually a social butterfly, that you're quite serious about something. Maybe there's some kind of a decision or event that has happened, a decision that you have to make, or an event that happened that is causing you to kind of do some soul searching. And you're not in the mood to just be frivolous. You're really serious about something that you're trying to figure out. In the past position, we have the Star card, which is associated with Aquarius, and this can be feeling a sense of hope again, maybe healing. It could even be like physical healing, but also emotional healing. And maybe, like, for instance, if you broke up with somebody and you've just been keeping to yourself and healing, that may be how you're trying to deal with the situation. And you're able to, I don't know, feel a sense of hope again. Maybe for a while it was quite, I don't want to say bleak, but you might have just been very disappointed with another person, a partner, or this could be a work situation too. For instance, if you have recently been laid off and you felt like a sense of not being respected by whoever did that, then you may have been quite disappointed in others and feeling like let down, and you're kind of maybe getting over that. The higher message is the Page of Cups, and this is a card of it's funny, there's that fish, so this is associated with Pisces. And I just am telling you the signs because that might mean something to some of you. I want to give you more details. But the Page of Cups, this is kind of like spiritual advice, I would say. And this is kind of saying that being trusting is a good thing. You know what I mean? And I think I would get more specific in saying be trusting but not gullible. You know, there's a difference. You can have faith that things are going to work out the way that they're supposed to, but that doesn't mean that you're going to be someone who just believes people's lies over and over again. That's, first of all, that's disrespectful to yourself. That's something that dishonors you. So, you know, it's not that I don't think of Gemini as the kind of sign that is like that, who tends to be quite deluded, if you will. But on the other hand, this card can also represent like a Pisces individual. And so, because we have, this card is connected to Neptune, so there may be somebody who is in the picture, and perhaps they are the one who is hard to really get a handle on. I don't know which one would be harder, you or this person, because both of you have similar qualities in certain ways, where you're both chameleons, you're both, so you both are capable of changing according to, especially with Pisces, according to the environment. The Page of Cups, too, can be saying that a new relationship is something that is possible for you, but maybe right now it is better to be the hermit. And it is, until you learn how to trust without being overly suspicious, but without being some kind of a patsy, then perhaps you need to kind of do that soul searching. At least that's how I see it, since it's right by the Hermit card. What crosses you is the Tower card. So this can mean that the challenge is to not be afraid of future relationships for fear that out of nowhere somebody's going to pull the rug out from under you, or, job situations. I got something similar for Leo. And yes, of course, if you're betrayed, if you feel like something happened very suddenly and you had no inkling that was going to happen, it can be very even traumatic. But that still doesn't mean that you should not trust, that you should become cynical, that you should think that everything is just, that everybody is capable of being, deceptive and doing things that they shouldn't do. I mean, nobody's perfect, but you know what I'm saying, is that you can't jump to those conclusions, because then you become like a cynic, and then you're living life in a very, negative place. And the Tower card, too, in this challenge position to me, can be waiting for the other shoe to drop. Even if you have things that are good, you may be constantly thinking, oh, but, it's just a matter of time before something bad happens. The advice is the Ace of Wands, or could be what's coming in, and this is a card of exciting new beginnings. So I would say his advice is to go for it when it goes to your life. Follow your bliss, follow your passion in life. As you are learning more about yourself via the Hermit, don't forget that the best way of trying to decide which direction to go in is follow your passions. The wands relate to passions. So this is also with romantic relationships. This is fire energy. Aries, Sag. Sag is the one, is your opposite sign. But Sag, Aries, and Leo. And you're compatible with fire. So that's not an odd couple at all. But the thing is that fire energy is all about, it's kind of emotional in a more objective kind of a way. It's just like passionate about life. And so when you're, because you're an air sign, you tend to be very analytical, sometimes overly analytical. And you can get out of touch with your passions. You can kind of like talk yourself into anything, even like a particular relationship. This is also, to me, kind of symbolic of the beginning of spring. And then the outcome is the Seven of Cups. That's why I picked an additional card, because this can be having a lot of choices, but being kind of confused about what to choose. And whether this is like a job situation, maybe you're in between jobs. With the Hermit card, you might be kind of keeping to yourself, but you may get a lot of offers, and it's like, which one is the best for me? And being kind of confused based on other things. And so And same with relationships, you know, like there might even be like two people vying for your affection. And so I got the Empress as a clarification card. And this is a card connected to Venus. Now Venus is a planet of ease. So not going upstream, but allowing things to kind of happen as they do, and believing that you're deserving of life kind of flowing for you and not being so difficult. And maybe that's part of the problem, is that you were in a situation where you really were not well suited, and so the universe helped you by giving you the Tower card, or a relationship that you were not well suited. And so it's just human nature to characterize something as a bad thing when in fact it could be the best thing that ever happened to you. And I consider the Tower card your get out of prison card, like in Monopoly or whatever. So it's all the way, it's all in the way that you look at things, I think is how I would characterize it. Okay, that's what I have for you, Gemini. Hope you have an amazing April, and if you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.